Mhm. Kia ora, this is Arun Jacob, your friendly and frank licensed New Zealand immigration advisor as well as education advisor, coming live like every Tuesday from the beautiful city of Hamilton, New Zealand. And I'm coming live on Instagram. So, hey guys, everybody on Instagram, quick hello. And I'm coming live through my laptop. Instagram is through my mobile phone, and I'm coming live on through my laptop on my YouTube channel, on the AJV Global YouTube channel, on my Facebook page or ID, on the AJV Global Facebook group called NZ Options, and also on the official AJV live Facebook page called AJV Global, of course. So I'm streaming from 4 or 5 different places at the same time. So I want to keep doing a little bit of that so that I don't end up losing the interest of either my Instagram subscribers and followers, or all our YouTube and Facebook followers either. Great to be back here again, like every Tuesday. I'm actually a bit rushed today, because we're setting up this office in Hamilton, and so I used to work from later in the evening to catch up with the timings of my team in India. But now that we are setting up this office in New Zealand, what's happening is that I'm actually waking up and going there pretty early. My colleague and senior manager and licensed immigration advisor Mary starts the office in Hamilton. We're still setting it up, and I go and join in as early as I can, and then from there I come back and pick my kids from school, come back home, and then here again I'll be on with my team, my wonderful team, who by the way is all as always supporting me on Skype, and kind of giving me a bit of a background information about the different people who are going to ask queries. So if you guys and girls want to ask some queries, please come to the AJV Global Facebook page, because that's where I mostly read my queries from, because I'm going live on various platforms. It's a lot easier for me to just look at one particular tab. And as always, starting my live session, showing my license. That's my license from the government of New Zealand, which is oh, that's funny. It looks weird when I'm showing it to the okay. So that's the license that was given to me by the government of New Zealand after I studied for a course in New Zealand immigration law, and then I had to undergo police clearance checks and a few other stringent measurements before I was provided this license to give immigration advice for all you wonderful, beautiful people who want to come to New Zealand either to study here or to work here or migrate here, and so on and so forth. So it's been a fantastic, love story for my team and myself to promote New Zealand as well as we can to the best of our abilities, and it's just keeps getting better and better. I'm going to be in India this weekend, in the city of Mumbai, to be precise, at the Juhu, hotel. And yeah, it's what's this hotel called? Oops, it'll come to me. So we're staying. We are doing this session in Juhu. So if you go to our YouTube, to our Facebook group or to our page, you will see details of. Sorry, it's called the Juhu Ramadas. Okay, I just got it when one of my colleagues typed it for me. Sorry, guys, just had a bit of a blank out there. But yeah, I'll be at the Juhu Ramada this weekend, and we're doing a session for our own students who are planning to come to New Zealand in from Mumbai or the nearby areas. They would like to come and meet us, so we're going to be there. Our entire team is going to be there, and also those of you who would like to get some information about New Zealand. Warm welcome. Come and see us on Sunday, the 28th, I think. And yeah, come there. You can meet us and the rest of our wonderful team, which, by the way, is a super solid team of professionals we have. licensed immigration advisors on our team. We have a few ex-immigration officers of New Zealand who, when they were looking at, moving on in their career, they came and joined our team. So, and we also have a lot of other thorough professionals on our team who have been in the international education and migration industry for a very long time. So we are a very good bunch of people, even if I'm saying it myself. But hey, look, no, nothing wrong in telling the world you're good when you're good. So I don't see any problems with that. So yeah, all good. We're all going to be there. So do come and join me and my awesome team at Juhu Ramada on this Sunday in Mumbai. We would love to meet all of you. And some of you can also go away with this beautiful snazzy AJV t-shirts, and we're getting some baseball caps done and stuff like that. So yeah, come have a party, meet us, get to know us, ask your questions about New Zealand education and migration. We will be very, very happy to provide you with all the answers, as always, in the style of AJV, which is honest, simple, straightforward, and ensuring that your happiness and success is taken care of. All right, here are some questions already. Also, guys, today is my 60th live session on going live on Facebook and YouTube, and it's a bit of a milestone. I think I'm gonna hit my 100 rather soon. So, but I'm glad that some of my colleagues who also have a license now are also going live and supplementing my efforts by coming live on another day. Very soon, we're gonna have a lot of our other colleagues also about to get their licenses next month. In fact, one of my colleagues called Tulika will be getting her license as well. So Tulika would also start coming live on YouTube and Facebook. So, and by I think March of next year, we will have at least two or three more licensed immigration advisors in Team AJV, which means practically every day of the week there will be somebody who will be coming live and answering all your questions. And I do think at the moment we must be the most interactive team of advisors for New Zealand anywhere on planet Earth. So yeah, it's a reasonably humbling thought, but we are also very happy that we found this way of reaching out to all of you and ensuring that you get your genuine information and services from us. All right, cool. Here we go. First question from Nikki. Hello to all my team members who have joined in, my wonderful, beautiful team. Thanks, guys, for being part of Team AJV. Okay, Nickel asked a question, but he does not share his numbers. So, guys, some of the rules of this live session is that you've got to share your contact number because obviously, I sit here and I give out a lot of information, and in return, we want your contact number at least so that there is a bit of a give and take because I sit here and keep sharing my knowledge with all you guys and girls, and in return, the least we would like is to get your contact number so that our team can get in touch with you and we can kind of continue that conversation. If that conversation leads to a fruitful end where you will reach New Zealand, great. If it does not reach that end because either you don't have the money or you don't are not able to make it for others due to other circumstances. So it doesn't matter. So don't think we'll be some kind of people who will hound you to death just because you spoke to us. But please share your number so that we know we can get in touch with you again after these sessions and keep talking to you. So, and if you're an AGV student or prospect who is already talking to our team, please identify yourself because then it will also help me to modulate my answers clearly and give you the best answers that I'm capable of with my knowledge and experience. All right. So, Nikki, I got a bit of a feedback from my team that you are already in touch with our team member called Catherine, who's a very good advisor, by the way. And you were saying, what is the minimum qualifying score to get admission in New Zealand colleges? Is your query, Nikhil? So it looks like you are now considering to come on the study pathway because the study and settle pathway works very well for people who would like to migrate to New Zealand eventually, or come and work in New Zealand because if you pick the right level, of course, you can end up with a 1, 2, or 3 years of post-study work visa. So that's the work visa that you guys desire. So that is definitely possible. So what is the minimum qualifying score to get admission in New Zealand colleges, Nikhil? Depends on which course you're going for, whether you're going for business or architecture or IT or finance or various other subjects. So it'll be difficult to say what, but it could start anything from as low as 50%, and certain universities will insist that you need to have a minimum of 75%. So continue to speak to Catherine, who is you are already in touch with, and we will get more details from you and modulate our response and our information according to your specific requirement. All right, Nikhil, thank you so much for getting in touch with us, and I hope you will consider the study plus settle pathway seriously, and we will take it to the logical conclusion where you will end up in New Zealand, and we will continue to support you. And that's the other USP about AJV, is that we don't stop our association with our students the moment they get their visa. In fact, we think that our real connect with you starts after you land in New Zealand, and because this is where you require much, much more information and advice, and that is the unique aspect of AJV as a company, is that we stand by our students forever, even after years and years of them being in New Zealand. In fact, even today, after 15 to 16 years in this industry, my clients from back in 2004 and 5 still call me and say, "Hey, look, what's your suggestion on which mortgage broker to go to get my mortgage to buy a new home and stuff?" So once we form a relationship with you guys and girls, it goes on forever, and that is the AJV promise to all of you. All right, cool. Next question is from Palak Mataru and says, "Hello, sir, not an AJV client. Not happy about that, Palak. You need to become an AJV client." Okay, so my number is so and so, which is great. Thanks for sharing a number, Palak. And do you support PR settlement post arrival in New Zealand on study visa? Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I know we would love everybody to be our AJV clients from day one, because I strongly and sincerely believe that no other company provides the kind of support that we are providing to our students and to our clients here in New Zealand. But hey, look, unfortunately, some of you will discover us online once you reach New Zealand. And if you still want to get in touch with us and take our services and help for your onshore kind of support here for post-study work visas and those kinds of things, we would gladly help. So do get in touch with us, Palak, and I'll just share the number how to get in touch with us. But for AJV students who come to New Zealand, we also do a free. We actually do a free post-study work visa process for them. We don't charge a single dollar, and even if they go forward from there and they want to get into their residency or into further work visas, then we give a nicely discounted price to our AJV students. So yeah, lots of advantages and benefits, guys, coming to not just Hamilton, but to New Zealand through AJV. And so I'd request each and every one of you who is watching this now, considering coming to New Zealand, to work with us, because we do give a lot of benefits. In fact, today we gave a live project to one of our students who is doing interior design here in New Zealand, and so we called her because we are setting up a new office and said, "Hey, Nita, you want to come and do a project with us and set up our interior design for this new office?" And she was absolutely over the moon with it. And we said we will give her a nice reference. We'll obviously give her some money for the work she's doing. Obviously, give her a nice testimonial for the work she's done. And we will also help her to network with some known builders and other architects that we know, so that she can go on and create her career here in New Zealand. So we do all kinds of things, big things, small things, where we can provide a project to our students. We do that. In fact, we've done it so many times. So some of the videos that you guys watch are being done by one of the AJV students. We just made a full-time job offer to him, so he's going to come back in September and join us full-time after he completes his course. Last year, we gave a full-time job offer to one more of our students who completed a course in IT, and we called Prakash to come and do some software development for us, which he did, and he has now moved on to some other job. And then we also are hiring Virginia, who is one of our students and who is also an ex-immigration officer, but she's also one of our students, and so she's joining our team in Hamilton as a full-time customer service manager. So we try and help our students as much as we can. And when somebody wants to do a project as part of their course, they give us a call and we tell them, yeah, sure, either if there's a project inside HEB, we give it. If it's not, we try and connect them to other people who can give them a project. So we're doing as much as we can, guys and girls, to help our students. So If you guys, really want that kind of support after you reach New Zealand, please talk to us. If this is more for your benefit than for our benefit, because of course it's a benefit for us as well. But once you become an AJB client, we are very, very genuinely committed to you. So please to get in touch. And for those of you who unfortunately could not work with us before you came to New Zealand, if you do want to get in touch with us, okay, I'm gonna hold it near my face so that okay. And I think in Instagram it's coming the other way because I'm using my front camera. But hopefully, you guys will do some mirror reading and figure it out. But that's how you can get in touch with us, irrespective of which part of the world you are in. Please give us this call on those numbers or those emails. Hopefully, I will get a bit more refined as we move into our new office, and instead of holding up a printout like that, like I'm some kind of a criminal standing and getting a picture taken, a mugshot taken at the police station. We will have some nice refined processes once we move into the office. We're planning to set up a really cool, relaxed TV studio kind of setup, and have a lot of new video productions coming on. All right. Okay. So Palak, please do get in touch with us, and we would love to work with you. Okay, Unmesh Sonara says, hello, sir. I'm Unmesh, AGV client. Is there any scope for computer-aided design course in Christchurch? Hey, Unmesh, first and foremost, thank you so much for choosing to work with AGV. Much honored, very delighted that, smart young people like you do your research and then you decide to work with a company like us. We are very, very honored. And I think it's also very beneficial for you guys as well to work with a professional company established and based here in New Zealand. It's a lot of benefit to you guys and girls as well. And coming to your query, yes, the computer aided design, CAD CAM, and computer aided manufacture, which is the whole set of those skills, CAD CAM, and in Christchurch is a fantastic course to take up because it is a pure core technical subject. And Yeah, and I just got some feedback, Unmesh, that from our team leader Tulika, who says that you are awaiting for your offer from ARA. So the ARA is a fantastic institution. It is owned and operated by the government of New Zealand, and it was previously called Christchurch Polytechnic Institute of Technology. They recently changed the name to ARA. Definitely one of the better institutions in New Zealand. They have been a little slow in providing offers over the last couple of months, but I think that it was just a bit of an internal realignment of their office staff. I think they'll be back to their regular speed. But absolutely, and apparently you're also keen to apply for UB for graduate diploma in 3D advanced production. So there are two very different things, which is your 3D. Of course, there is a bit of similarity between computer aided design and 3D design, of course. My suggestion to you, Unmesh, would be to choose which area you would like to specifically be involved with. But you'd like to go more towards the creative side or more towards the mechanical engineering, the CAD CAM kind of side, because quite frankly, there is a pretty strong overlap between CAD CAM as well as 3D animation. So I can say I like the way you're thinking. You're thinking both directions. But if you already have a background in 3D animation, my recommendation would be to do a course in CAD, because if you already have one bullet called 3D animation already in your portfolio, add another bullet called CAD as well, so that you could either seek a career based on your past 3D qualification and experience, or you could go in the direction of CAD CAM. So I think my first preference for you, or my first recommendation suggestion to you, would be to look at ARA as your first choice for the CAD course. Also, because there's a lot of construction happening still in Christchurch, and the industry also is quite well developed there. So I do believe you will find good opportunities there. But if you say no, I would rather stick to 3D, not a problem. But I think relatively between the two of them, CAD designers are likely to get a job faster than a 3D animator. So my recommendation to you, Unmesh, is to do a course in CAD and add one more layer to your portfolio. All right. Hope I've answered that clearly. All right. Cool. Moving on, and time for a sip of my tea. Raghu Prasad Veera. Right, Raghu, my team says that we are still waiting for your documents to arrive, but in the meantime, because you've shared your number and you want an answer from me, I'll be happy to share my answer. And your question is, can you rate my job chances after completing my level 9 in construction management in New Zealand? Okay. Good question, Raghu. It is like somebody asking me, I'm about to get married. Can you rate my chances of having a son or a daughter? So it's a little difficult for me to be making guesses like that. But okay, that was probably a very bad joke, which my team is used to by now. But the fact of the matter is that construction management is a good area to be involved in right now in New Zealand because construction as a skill, as an industry, is in shortage in this country at this moment. It has reached such a level of shortage that the government has actually gone on to introduce a new skill shortage list called the Construction and Infrastructure Skill Shortage List. So it goes to prove how seriously this economy, this society, and this government is trying to attract people from the construction background, professionals in this construction industry. So, if without putting a number to it, Raghu, I think the chances would be very high because a lot of our students who have done this similar course, in fact, just last, I think about a couple of weeks ago, I was having a nice telephonic chat with one of my students who did a course in construction management, and he actually wanted to come to New Zealand for a business course, and after he already had a background in construction, and we said, no, please do not do that. Please stick to your construction. And I think he did exactly the same course, the construction project management or construction management, and he found a beautiful job recently with one of the government departments here in New Zealand. He's applied for his residency, got his residency. And if you want, you share your documents with us, Raghu. If you want, we will also connect you to the student of ours so that even before you come here to New Zealand, you will always have a contact with an industry professional who, just like you, came and studied here and then went on to get, a job and a residency. So happy to help you, Raghu. But overall, the chances very good is what I would rate it. And so please share your documents quickly so that we can also then start. Because once you share your documents and commit yourself, guys and girls, we know you're serious. And that's when we will start investing our time and effort into you as well. Because we don't want to sit here and, kind of give free information to people who will then go end up working with somebody or the other, some other company. And there's absolutely no benefit in it to us. So that's the reason we insist that you give us your number. And for quite frankly, guys and girls, whoever is watching this or will watch this later once it becomes a video, if you have any common sense, you will listen to what I'm saying and understand the benefit of working with a company like AJV, which is present in New Zealand. And just go and watch all our testimonials on our AJV Global YouTube channel as well. These are not testimonials where we force them to give it to us. These are people speaking from their heart and genuinely telling us thank you for what all we've done for them and what we continue to do. Or go to our Facebook group called NZ Options and look at all those voluntary testimonials that are coming from our students and our clients, or go to our Facebook page called AJB Global and look at all the feedback. There are one or two which are not very good, but I think these were guys who were reasonably upset with us, but not our clients. They didn't become our clients. They were just people who inquired with us, and apparently we didn't give enough information, so they got very upset. And there are some things about us we can't remove them, so we just let it be, because out of 30 or 40, there are two or three which are not in favor of us as a company. But like I said, if you guys and girls have any common sense, you will listen to what I'm saying and come and work with a company like AJV, because for New Zealand, trust me, guys, we're probably your best bet to succeed here in this country, and we will be our friends forever. All right, cool. Moving on. Right. Hari Verma says, how was the computer and IT related job opportunities in New Zealand? Same, Ravi. Sorry, Hari Verma. Very good scope, Hari, because IT is information technology is in our long term skill shortage area. And also, if you come with a little bit of experience, that'll help. But even if you do not have any experience and you're coming as a fresh graduate and you want to come into your PG here or a higher course and you want to keep moving ahead, yeah, I mean, it is good. But overall, IT is doing really, really well in New Zealand. And a lot of our students who have done IT are going on to pick up really good jobs and moving towards the residency. All right, Hari. So expect a call from our team. And when they connect with you, ask them, everybody listening in, if you want to speak to some of our students and clients who are already present here in New Zealand and want to get connected to somebody who is from your particular field, please let your AJV advisor or visa officer know, and we will definitely connect you guys to them. All right, cool. Just waiting for any notes from my team. Okay, next one is from Jasween Singh, who says is an AJV client. Hey, thanks, Jasween. Hi, Jacob. I'm already in touch with Catherine, and I'm from Mumbai. I have done my graduation in computer application. I was planning for digital marketing as I'm not a technical guy. All right. Hey, Jasween, you know what? We can do this the hard way, which is for me to right now give you an explanation. Okay, I'm gonna quickly my sorry guys, I had to break it because my Facebook uh, page has ended, so I'm gonna end that and reconnect, and I'll pick it up again. All right, it happens every time. So mm, occupational hazards. Just a moment, guys and girls, and I will be back. Okay, live video. Here we go. I'm gonna paste, and I should be live back up again. One, three, two, one. Cool. Here I am. Okay, Justin. So this is to answer you. So yeah, digital. I was about to crack a joke and say, hey, look, we can do it the hard way or the right way or the easy way. The easy way is just come and meet me on Sunday in Mumbai because that's where you're based. Come and meet me at the Juhu Ramada along with the rest of my team. But I can give you an answer right now. Digital marketing is also a good opportunity here in New Zealand because we are a far-flung country. We are away from most other places on earth. So for our products and services to reach the rest of the world, we will need to develop some very, very good digital marketing processes and techniques. So that's why digital marketing is always a good thing to consider in New Zealand. But a little bit of it will also depend on what kind of a background that you have, Jaswin. So what I would suggest is that if you already had some amount of background in digital marketing, then I would suggest that you look at a specific digital marketing course. But if let's say you've had a bit of a non-digital marketing kind of a background, more like a technical background in IT kind of a thing, then I would suggest maybe an IT course might be a better option because it will help you to find a job faster because you are coming from that particular background. And maybe you can choose a course which has got some elements of digital marketing, but to jump straight into digital marketing as a fresher depends on a lot of other factors as well. So I would recommend that we meet up in Mumbai on Sunday. Just when we are starting at 10 o'clock at Juhu Ramada, come over and we would love to have a discussion with you. But my suggestion always to all you youngsters is try and stick to your core competencies. So if you're an IT professional, stick to your IT course. If you're a mechanical engineer, stick to your mechanical engineering course because that's what will give you the confidence to go out strongly into the world out there and start looking for a job after you complete your course. All right. Okay, now because I had to disconnect and reconnect, that whole sequence of questions would have disappeared. So, Jyoti, if you're watching this, I would like you to quickly copy all those questions from the previous session from our AJV Global page and start pasting them into this session on AJV Global. Don't paste them on Skype, Jyoti. Please paste them on the Facebook live session here so that I can continue in the same way I was doing before. All right. But in the meantime, I'm going to check the other places where I am. Okay. So I'm just jumping to some questions from YouTube in the meantime till Jyoti comes back and starts pasting those old questions back onto here. So, okay, there are some questions here. Uh, So, Rohit, there is a question, an interesting question from Rohit Datta. Sir, you have, this is from YouTube, by the way, guys, and it says, Sir, you have always stated in your videos that for freshers getting into graduate diploma in management does not hold a strong chance for a long term perspective. And once getting spend those lakhs it's not possible for me to get back to India and without a proper future. I already had a contact with your team as I was not getting into level 8. I begged out 9831 I mean, sorry, that was Rohit's number. Hey, Rohit, you know what? I think it's a very good point, and I do stick to my opinion that it is not a good option for fresh graduates to get into management straight away, because management, as I keep saying, and as a 50-year-old man who's been a manager now for many years, and before I started AJB as a company, I used to work as a manager in some very highly reputed organizations like Xerox and Canon and Tata Teleservices. So that is my background. I come from a very, very strong corporate background, and that's how I run AJV today as well. We might be a small company, but we are extremely professional and very thorough, because I run it just as I would have run a larger organization as a vice president, or whatever. So that's the kind of professionalism we have in AJV. But for youngsters to get into management straight away, my honest, sincere understanding is that you cannot be manager straight away when you're still young and without enough experience. And instead, unless and until you're going to some of the top B schools in the world, and that's where industry goes and picks up those students and says, "Hey, look, come and join my company," and they have this campus placements and stuff like that. But for people who are not going to the top B schools in the world, management courses, I believe, should happen after you acquired some amount of experience. And more than anything else, more than your technical experience, you should have become a man manager in the sense of having led at least a small team. And that's when you go into management, you consolidate your practical experience and layer it on top with the theoretical experience you're going to pick up from a course. And that's the reason I'm against young people who come to New Zealand to do a management course here, because they just out of college in India or whichever country they are from, and then they come, and because some agent or some advisor tells them, go and do a management. Sounds very posh, sounds very cool to say, oh, I'm going for a management course to New Zealand. But the fact of the matter is, after you've graduated, you're still a graduate with no experience whatsoever. Who is going to hire you with absolutely no experience, especially in New Zealand, which is not your original country? Who do you think is going to pick a young kid like that with no experience, new in New Zealand, and give them a manager's position? And if you do not get that manager's position, and if, let's say, you end up getting a retail assistant position, when you go to immigration department and ask for your further visa, they will say, "Hey, but you did the course in management. How come your job offer does not say a manager? So how will I be able to give you a further visa?" We understand that. I know this as a licensed immigration advisor, and that is the reason from day one, to our own students and to non-AJV students, we keep sharing our sincere and honest opinion, guys, because and girls, because this is about your entire future. Like, Rohit quietly, rightly identified. You sink in those, tons of money into a course which is not going to be of any meaning to you except a piece of paper. I don't see the point, and that's the reason I am against young people taking up management courses. So be very careful of agents who will push you into a management course. They'll make it sound very cool. They'll make it sound very posh and hip. And you guys will also, put up your Facebook posts and all that saying, "Oh, I'm getting into a management course in New Zealand." But trust me, you're digging a hole for yourself. So you need to be careful. And I'm so glad, Rohit, that you're now in touch with my team, and we are kind of having a bit of a discussion with you. We would dearly love to help you. But genuinely, if you're not an experienced person, please do not consider taking up a management course. All right, cool. Getting back to my main uh, state thing, but hey, Jyoti, I don't see anything that has been pasted into AJV Global. I can't see a single question there, so somebody needs to start pasting some questions there. Jyoti, could you please do that to me? To do that for me, so that yeah. All right. In the meantime, I'm going to continue to answer some more questions from from YouTube. Gurjot Chima asks, "What is the reputation of Manukau Institute of Technology, and does it provide cooperative co-op engineering programs?" Hey, Gurjot, good question. And like I said in one of some of my previous broadcasts, Manukau Institute of Technology, or MIT as it is called popularly, not MIT US. This is MIT Auckland, New Zealand. So Manukau Institute of Technology is, I think, our largest institute of technology here in New Zealand. It is owned and operated by the government of New Zealand. So there are no credibility issues with this particular institution. It is a massive campus. They have, I think, two or three different campuses all across New Zealand, all across New Zealand. So yeah, so it's a fantastic institution. No problems with that particular institution, Gurjot. And we have a fantastic relationship with Manukau Institute of Technology. Some of the senior managers, like Christopher and Kerry and Isa. Some of them are very good friends of mine personally, because we've been in this industry together for a very long time. So yeah, it's fantastic. I would strongly recommend MIT to you, and I would also strongly recommend you get into MIT through AJB, because not only will you get the advantage of being an MIT, but you will also get the advantage of being in New Zealand as an AJB student, and you will get a lot of benefits. First and foremost, continuous, constant guidance, either on phone or in person, from licensed immigration advisors about how to progress, networking with other people. We conduct free seminars for our students. We're doing a lot of things for our students. So get the MIT advantage, get the HAV advantage, and come to New Zealand, and you will be set for life. Do they have co-op engineering programs in MIT? I think they do a good job. So what I'm going to do is I'll ask one of my team members to get in touch, and they will discuss the details of the courses, because, quite frankly, I can't recollect them off the top of my head. But yeah, we would absolutely be delighted to assist you. All right, cool. All right. Okay, I'm moving on, and getting the questions now from Skype, because unfortunately my Facebook, I think, is having a mind of its own and has decided not to show any of those questions. So I'm going to rely on good old Skype. Thanks, Jyoti. I appreciate you trying to paste it back onto Facebook, but something is not happening. At least I hope I'm still live on Facebook and on Instagram. I can see I seem to be still live on Instagram, and I do believe I'm still going live on both the YouTube channels as well. So all's good in the hood, as they say here in New Zealand. All right, I'm going to keep moving on. Swapnil Ranjan Badolia. What is the scope for chemical engineer in New Zealand? Good question, Swapnil. We have a sure, somebody just smiled because I said all's good in the hood. Okay, Swapnil, a very good scope for chemical engineers in New Zealand. Not just chemical engineers, we have a pretty serious shortage of various kinds of engineers in New Zealand, including chemical engineers. And I mean, like I said, there is something, a document published by the government of New Zealand called the Long-Term Skills Shortage List. All you guys have to do is go ahead into Google and type LTSSL New Zealand, and you will get the link, which shows the actual, it's a PDF on the official immigration website of New Zealand, and you will see all those occupations and industries and specific jobs which are in the long-term skill shortage list of New Zealand. And definitely chemical engineers are on that particular list as well, Saptal. So I think, yeah, definitely the scope is fantastic, and we would love to attract young talent from India, I'm presuming you are from, to come and undertake a course here in New Zealand and contribute to our economy, because we are feeling that dire need for good engineers. So, yeah, warm welcome to New Zealand, guys. Haere mai ki Aotearoa, as we say in the Maori language, which is welcome to New Zealand. And we would love to have, young, brilliant engineers like you, Swapnil. And I think one of the key elements you'll need to consider, Swapnil, is what kind of support you will get after you reach New Zealand. And that is where we guys come into the picture, because we can put you into a fantastic university in a very good city in New Zealand, and we will always be there as your safety net and as your support network here in New Zealand. That's really the most unique thing I think we at AJB are doing, this is for everybody, is we are there as that safety net for our students constantly. And excuse me, we have also set up a 0800 number, which is a free number. It's a free dial number. It's a toll free number in New Zealand, and it stands for 0800 696977, which corresponds to 0800 my NZPR, uh, which is what most of you want. Most people call us, and the first question they ask us, "Will I get my PR?" Yeah, you will get your PR, but you've got to do it to the staggered and in a systematic fashion. So yes, Swapnil, I think we all do really well in New Zealand. So yeah, please do come to New Zealand, and please do come to New Zealand through AGB, because we can genuinely support you the right way. Okay, cool. Nicola Mahapatra asks. Hey Arun, I think Nicola is one of our clients already. Hi Nicola, if you're watching, and thanks for sharing your number. Okay, and your question is, can international students do independent contracting while studying? Unfortunately, no, Nicola. Very good question, actually, because you cannot do. I once actually called up somebody in the immigration department and about this particular specific question, and unfortunately, you're not allowed to take up independent contracting while you're still on the student visa. But once you finish your course and you are able to take up your post-study work visa, I do believe you'll be able to take up independent contracting. But during your student period, unfortunately, no. And Nicola, since you're already our client, pick up the phone and give Mary or Virginia or me a call, and we will understand what exactly is the opportunity that you are looking at, and how we can, give you further information around it. Because sometimes for an employer, instead of doing it as an independent contractor, it is quite easy for them to change it and make it an employment, which means your problem will be sorted. But while you're studying, no, unfortunately, you cannot take up a job as an independent contractor. All right, cool. Okay, Rohit's question I have already answered. And moving on, I am going to go to Nived Rajan's question. Wow, Nived's written a very big question. Okay, I'm gonna start answering. Nived says he's an AJB client. Thank you, Nived. Appreciate you choosing AJB when you have a lot of choice, and so you're obviously a smart cookie, and you know who is going to be your best friend after you reach New Zealand. So yeah, cool. Good on you. Well done. Hi, Arun. Your live sessions are very informative, and thank you for the knowledge you share. You're welcome, Niveta. You know, part of our trip and life as AJB is to bring transparency to this industry. I'm already connected with Nisha from AJB. I am a mechanical engineer with solid technical background, 7+ years experience in both industrial and manufacturing environment in Singapore. Wow, amazing background. I'm planning to take graduate diploma in engineering technology, which is level 7. I would like to know if there are ample opportunities for mechanical engineers in New Zealand. What are the chances of getting a job and residency after finishing the course? In debate, I think you will absolutely be a star in New Zealand, because see, I can already see 3 or 4 different things. You have amazing experience in a first world country like Singapore, which is considered a comparable labor market with New Zealand. So brilliant! You already have a background. You already have a graduation in engineering, and you're now coming further for a graduate diploma. Ideally, it would have been nice if you came for a postgraduate diploma, because then you will get 3 years post-study work visa. But graduate diploma, if you're doing it outside Auckland, is still fine. You will still get 2 years work experience. And I do believe with your background, it's only a matter of time before you get a good job offer. I also like the last component of you as an individual, which is that very well written query in English. I see no spelling mistakes. I see no grammatical errors. It's well structured, very nice, polite, everything. So you're obviously a guy with also good, well developed English ability. So yeah, you have all the factors, and then you have AJV, who is going to be your friend, your guide, your counselor, and your buddy throughout your journey in New Zealand. So I think you have put all the ingredients together very well. You will do well. And as I've just answered the previous person who asked me a question about engineers, massive shortage of engineers in New Zealand, including a mechanical engineer. So yeah, warm welcome to New Zealand, and we would love to see you here. And thank you so much for choosing to work with AJV Nivet. We will not let you down. We will stand by you. All right? Cool. Navneet Maini sounds familiar. Sounds like I answered Navneet last week as well, but I am going to answer again because Navneet has asked a question again, so I'll have to answer again. And the rules say that if you give your number, I will answer the question, so I will answer the question after I take a sip of my tea, which hopefully soothes my throat a little bit. Okay. Sir, I complete my 12th in 2018 with 73% from CBSE in art stream, and I got overall 6 band, 6.5 in speaking, and 6.5 listening, in reading 5, and writing 5.5. Can I apply for cookery level 5 and construction? Whoa. Okay, that's a very weird choice of subjects, Navneet, because we're talking about cookery on one side and construction on the other side. I don't know. And you come from an art stream, so I mean, you're going all over the place. Don't mind my saying that, but it sounds like you're a person who is going all over the place. I don't know if you're already in touch with any of our my team members in India, but my honest opinion, Navneet, it looks like you're going just too much all over the place. You need to make up your mind, my friend. Because you are coming from an art stream and you're looking at construction, which is practically ruled out. How can you get into construction, coming from an art stream in the first place? So I think that particular thing is definitely ruled out. And because that is ruled out, it brings down your options to just one, which is cookery. Good choice to make because chefs again are on the long term skill shortage list of New Zealand, and I think you would still be able to get into cookery level 5 with your IELTS score. Although I would like my team to cross check about your reading because you got only a 5 there. So sometimes the requirements varies from institution to institution and level to level. So we will take a look at that as well. So our team will get in touch with you, Navneet. But I am definitely ruling out construction for you because you're from the art stream and you will be all at sea. Do not take it up just because somebody told you, oh, look, the construction is in the long term skills shortage list of New Zealand. That's not the way to plan your future or your career because, first and foremost, there is no fit there. Art stream to construction is a very, very far jump. So, simply not possible, which brings us to cookery. Good choice, especially if you have a genuine interest in cookery because we are, again, having a shortage of chefs in New Zealand. We are a hugely tourism orientated country. We have millions of tourists coming to our country year on year, and somebody has to feed all those millions of hungry tourists as well as the local population as well, which loves to go out and eat. So, there is always going to be a requirement for chefs in this country, and which is why cookery, I think, is a very good opportunity for you, especially if you have a genuine interest now, because if you did something like arts and you realize that was really not the subject, yeah, you wanted to be stuck for the rest of your life, it's a good opportunity to move away. But I think construction, like I said, is definitely ruled out. Stick to your cookery, and we have some fantastic options in cookery from 4 or 5 different institutions all across New Zealand. We would love to work with you. And a lot of our ex-students are also chefs now, by the way, who came in did a course in cookery and now they are working. And I think I say this in every live session of mine. For those of you following me regularly, one of my students who did a course in chefing, he is now actually working with the Navy of New Zealand. He is a chef with the New Zealand Navy. Makes me very, very proud. And yeah, so definitely good scope. So get in touch with my team, Navneet, or when they call you, please respond to them. Don't run away from them. Don't be scared. If you're already working with some other agency as well, does not matter. Still have a discussion with the AJV team. And at the end of that discussion, if you think that, hey, my chances of success in New Zealand are better if I go through with AJV, you decide to switch and come to us, and we will certainly help you. But if you say, no, I've just taken information from you guys, but I would like to continue to work with the other company with which you're already speaking, well, we will pity you on your choice, but hey, look, we will still wish you all the very best. Okay. And hey, guys, my team will contact you If you want to get in touch with our team in India, those are the numbers. We have set up a toll-free number, and also that's the email you can send. We've also set up this thing called the short code service. So if you're in India, you can SMS NZ to 562633. And if you're already in New Zealand and you're planning to change a course or you want to study further, that is what you guys can contact us on. We've set up a toll-free number in New Zealand as well, 0800 or 0800 which corresponds to 0800 my NZPR. So if you check your dial pad on your phone, 696977 will be MYNZPR, which we thought was very clever. We thought it was a very cool idea to have. So anyhow, I hope you guys like my jokes. Sometimes I think I kind of overdo them a little bit. Neha Journal. Okay. Cool. Neha Journal, I'm suspecting strongly is a journalist. Hi, Neha. I have a friend who also has his email address with Journal in it and is a television journalist. And I know that's the reason that you journalists like to have Journal in your. Hi, sir. I'm an AGV student. Neha, written like a journalist. Nice long essay. Thank you very much. I'm an AGV student looking to join a media communication master's course. Team had applied for Wintech and Canterbury for me on May 21st, and it's been 2 months, but there hasn't been any response from them till now. My husband has to join me via partnership visa, and we are worried because delay in the very first step, my offer letter, will delay the entire process, including both our visas. Given the delay in response from institutes and ongoing delays in general, how much time do you think we have to make it to the Feb 2020 intake? Please guide. Thanks and regards. Neha, very good query. Appreciate you reaching out and seeking my direct answer. The thumb rule is as early as possible. The only problem we have sometimes they have with institutions is that they like to clear off the offer letters for their immediate intake and then start giving offer letters for the next intake. That is just the way they work, So, and that is where your application would just go sit in a file, which is a little silly, quite frankly, because ideally they should churn out offer letters quickly, especially as you very correctly identified in view of the long delays that are also occurring at the visa stage. So what we will do is I will check with my team, our team leaders, and also because we are based in New Zealand, we can pick up the phone and talk to both Wintech as well as to Canterbury. By the way, you've chosen two fantastic institutions. Wintech, its media arts school is fabulous. In fact, I had a lot of good close interactions with the Wintech Media Arts team. So fantastic choice. Canterbury is, of course, right on top of the pile again, in terms of universities. So two very well chosen institutions. Sorry about the delay in application, but we will start putting some pressure because you're exactly the kind of people we like to work with, and you're exactly the kind of people that New Zealand needs to attract. So New Zealand needs to come together as one unit, which is the institutions, immigration, and everybody, and AJB. We all need to come together and work and make this dreams happen for you. All I can tell you is don't stress unnecessarily because we still have plenty of time. Like I told you, institutions like to finish their offers pending for the immediate intake first and then keep moving to that one, which I personally do not agree with. So we will put some pressure. I know the senior people both at Canterbury as well as at Wintech. I will write to them personally and see if we can fast track your application, Neha. But thank you so much for choosing to work with HAV. And I would love to see you. I mean, it's very difficult for me to choose between Wintech and Canterbury because both of them are dear to us. We have great friends in both the institutions. And, it will not be fair on my part to suggest either or. You take a look at the papers in each of these courses, and I think that should be a final choice. But just from a slightly selfish perspective of a guy who lives in Hamilton, I would love to see you here in Hamilton. Join Wintech, and we would love to invite you to come and catch up with us at office, and probably there could be some small projects we can work on because I have a pretty massive interest in journalism and stuff like that, and media especially. that sort of thing. So yeah, it'll be awesome to see you in Hamilton. But hey, look, don't fall for my little hook. You take a look at all the papers in both the courses, because Canterbury is also a fantastic university. And yeah, pick whichever is the best. But I do hope to see you here in Hamilton. Even if you go to Canterbury, do pay us a visit, or we will come and pay a visit to you in Canterbury. All right, excellent. Hey man, this is tiring work. Just a bit of trivia for all of you watching. Canterbury, University of Canterbury is where Sir Ernest Rutherford did part of his research. And for those of you who are into GK and and general knowledge and do quizzing and stuff like how I do, Sir Ernest Rutherford was a Kiwi whose research led to the splitting of the atom, and which is the reason we have atomic and nuclear power in the world today. So Canterbury has got some amazing legacy. So yeah, definitely all of you guys and girls who are planning to choose Canterbury, absolutely top class university. Cool. All right. Okay, I've answered Jaswin. I've answered Raghu. I'm now going to skip to Vikrant. Tomar. Okay, I think that would be Tomar. And I'm not sure where Vikrant is from, but I'm thinking just from the name, he could be from Nepal. But hey, guys, that's the other thing. We get clients from different parts of the world, and at last count, I think we've dealt with clients from at least 13 different countries, including some really vague ones like Egypt, um, and those kinds of countries as well. But because we are so strong online, people find us. They'll be searching for New Zealand education and migration, and looks like we are coming up very strongly in the search results. And they watch my videos or Mary's videos or some of our other videos, and they kind of hook into us and send us an inquiry. And you know what? Next thing you know what? They're here in New Zealand, and we're all catching up for a coffee and having a good, nice, big laugh. So, yeah, thanks, guys and girls, for to reach out to us from different parts of the world. We are honored to work with all of you, and we will try and stand by you all the time. All right, cool. So Vikrant's question is scope of PhD in life science for MSc biotechnology student and chances of getting job and PR later on. Hey, fantastic opportunities, Vikrant, because again, as a country, we are trying to attract researchers into New Zealand, and that's the reason the government came out with the policy where PhD students have a lot of significant advantages. First one, you will get um, you will not be asked to pay international student fees. You'll be asked to pay only domestic student fees. And if you're lucky, and let's say your research proposal is really, really good, then you might even get full funding for your research. And if you're further lucky, you might even be given living expenses. And if you're married, your spouse will get a full-time working visa. If you're doing a PhD, you will get a full-time working visa. If you have kids, those kids will get domestic student status. So tons of opportunities for researchers. And as a country, we are trying very, very hard to attract researchers into New Zealand, because we would like to create, I think, we would like to emerge as a soft power in global scenario. We obviously will never be as industrialized as America or Russia or China or some of these larger countries. And for a country that's less than 5 million population, do not want a lot of industrialization. So we are trying to develop our soft powers, and that is why in the identified future growth areas of New Zealand, we have the creative industries, including journalism. Neha, if you're still listening, it's one of our identified future growth areas. We have creative industries. We have information technology, and the third identified future growth area is biotechnology. Because so definitely a very, very good fit. Not only do you come from a background already in biotechnology, but you're now also planning to do a PhD, which is again highly desirable for us as a country. So I think good mix. It's quite a potent mix actually. And then if you choose to work with AJV, we are there for you as well as part of the mix, and we will help you to move forward step by step. If you want to come with your family, because we have licensed immigration advisors on the team, we will be able to help you with all the visas, not just your student visa. Unlike a lot of other agencies which cannot legally are supposed to do any visa other than student visa. But then they will sometimes lie and say, hey, look, we will do it. So don't fall for those kind of falsities. Work with a company like AGV, which has got licensed immigration advisors, and also solid professionals in the student visa processing team as well. And we can provide that full end-to-end solution, not just for your visas, but even after you land in New Zealand, we can kind of take you from that starting stage of being a student till the end stage of becoming a permanent resident of New Zealand. I think that's really where we guys are kind of beginning to come up the ladder. And I would like all of you to do me a favor, get onto Google and search New Zealand education and migration and see if our videos are coming up on the top of your search list. And just give us some feedback on our Facebook group, which is NZ Options, or on our Facebook page, which is AJV Global, or on my Facebook ID, which is Arun Jacob, or on our YouTube channel. Just let us know, all of you wonderful people who follow our work week after week. Please do let us know, give us some feedback, and tell us whether we are doing well or whether we are not doing very well. Okay, time for that moment in my broadcast where I will have to do that, which is end of my session for today. But after I ring the bell, I normally tend to go a little bit longer because there'll always be one or two uh, questions, especially from our AJV students and clients who wanting to get an answer from me. I take this part of the session to answer their questions specifically. So, team, if there is anybody from our AJV students that I'll need to uh, answer, please highlight it to me and I will do it. I think one of the questions is from Mithun, who is one of our clients, and it's been a bit of a problematic issue for Mithun, unfortunately, because first there was a problem with the institution, and then also there was a bit of an issue with immigration side of things as well. But Mithun's, I think, question, I can't read your question, Mithun, but I'm just trying to scroll back to see where Mithun's question is. Um, okay, I really can't see Mithun's question, but Mithun, I have some feedback from the team, which I'm gonna share with you. And you applied for your construction management course, and some of the students were asked to pay the fees to secure the seat, but the college had very few seats, and so they and that's the reason they asked some of the students to pay the fees. But you could not to pay it, Mithun, because the college said that the seats are already full, and hence he has changed his course to graduate diploma in project management. So he wants to know if that was illegal, so he can complain. Um, I don't think it is illegal, Mithun. I know you are. I know when you're frustrated, you want to do these things and you want to take that anger out on somebody or the other. And clearly, there has been some problems with some institutions in the way they have been managing affairs. So I think overall, it is it's a an interesting phase for New Zealand education and migration. I've been in the industry for 16 years, and this is one of the most chaotic periods I have come across. The last time I think something like this occurred was around 2008, when there was a lot of chaos and a lot of visas getting delayed, offers getting delayed, so on and so forth. So don't get too upset about it, Mithun, because like I said, nobody did it deliberately. So even if you uh, want to complain, do raise a complaint. I think we are happy to provide you the email addresses of the senior people at ARA. We are completely aware of your case, and frankly, we feel terrible because every time we have to come back and explain to you, we are like, seriously, I wish there was a solution for this young person's dilemma. But unfortunately, just sometimes, as much as we push, sometimes we don't get the right answers back from the institutions, and at some point we also get frustrated. But so don't let that frustration rule you, Mithun. I know, I mean, if I were you, if I were also young and hot-blooded, then I would have also probably wanted to kind of do something quite dramatic, but I'd say take it easy, take a deep breath. What's important is that you need to get into New Zealand. So there's no point burning your bridges before you even come here. So I'd say just relax, take take this advice from an older person who's been through your phase. And yeah, just hang in there, and we'll make up for it after you come to New Zealand. All right, Mithun? I promise you we'll make up for it. I'll come and catch up with you for a beer, and we'll have some good banter, and I'll take you for a nice ride around New Zealand, perhaps. And yeah, we'll make up for it some, and life, you guys are all still very young. Life has still got a lot of, you guys still have a lot of runway to, embark upon and do a lot of interesting things. And like I said, from our side, we'll definitely try and make up for it. All right, Mithun. So that's pretty much it for today, guys and girls. And so, yeah, thank you so much, as always, for following my work and that of my wonderful team. Thank you, team, for your work. And sorry about inevitably every week it appears that my Facebook page of feed stops for a few seconds, so I have to restart it. So yeah, maybe it's just, and then I lose all the questions, and then it keeps getting pasted onto Skype. But hey, look, bottom line, hopefully it was a good session. So thank you everybody on Instagram, on Facebook, AJV Global page, on Facebook, AJV group, NZ Options, on Facebook, my personal feed, on my personal YouTube channel, and on the AJV Global YouTube channel. Huge thank you for everybody who's joined in for today's broadcast. Wait for the next one from Mary, my colleague. And those of you in Mumbai and cities around Mumbai, please come and see me this Sunday at Mumbai at Juhu Ramada. All right. Till then, I shall take leave and po Marie, which is good night and Mori. Bye bye.